Hi, Ty Adronis here for TestPilotRC.com, and we're going to do the assembly part of our review of the E-Flite Edge 540 QQ280. We've got it all unboxed here and out and ready to go. The tools you're going to need are a small screwdriver. I recommend this Cobalt. It turns in both directions. It's kind of like a ratchet, and you're going to need a set of needle nose pliers. Alright, so I've got it all out, and we're going to open up the instructions. The first thing that we're going to notice when we open the instructions is they're not in order. In fact, it starts off by showing us how to bind it and get the battery in. That is not the first step to assembly on this aircraft. First thing we're actually going to want to do is attach the wings, and that's on page 7 of the instructions. And it shows putting in the wing and connecting up the servo. Seems really easy, but it's a little bit different. These are micro servo plugs on here, so you got to feed it through, and then you have to pinch them with needle nose pliers, and you're about to see that. What you're going to want to do is, supporting the aircraft so that you don't crush the tail, you're going to want to unscrew the electronics bay, which is located on the bottom of the aircraft. And we've got that guy popped open, and inside you're going to see the receiver along with the servo plugs. You're going to want to be very careful with these so that you don't break any of the contacts. Okay, so everything's good. We're going to take the carbon fiber rod that we got from the top of the box, and we're going to slip it through this little hole right here and get it about halfway in between. Then we're going to line up the wings with the correct sides. So this wing goes on this side. We're just going to kind of start it. You'll see a little black hole right there. And go ahead and slip that over the rod. Then you're going to want to push the servo cable into this little hole located right there. Push it all the way in there, and then you're going to see it come out on the bottom. Let me go ahead and get a closer video of that for you. And right inside of there, way down in the bottom, you can see, there we go, you can see the servo cable. We're going to want to pull it up and put it on a little platform right there. Let's go ahead and do that. Actually getting down in there and getting that cable is a little problematic. Okay, there we go. It's up on the platform, and I'll go ahead and take a little video of that. And now you can see that the servo cable is actually up on a little platform down in there. Now this little black tab, there's one on each side, and it slips right into that little hole right there. Go ahead and slip it in. And it's a tight fit. It's going to feel like you're going to break the plane. Just wiggle it back and forth until it actually slips into there. Now, these little plugs, they're on a Y harness, so it really doesn't matter which plug goes into which one, just so long as you get the polarity right. You can see yellow goes to yellow, brown goes to brown. And then we'll go ahead and do the same. Well, first let's go ahead and put the screw in. I'm going to take out just one screw and leave the other one in the bag. Like I said before, you really don't want to lose these screws. They're very important. You just drop it down into that hole, point first, and then we'll go ahead and cinch it down. Again, these screwdrivers ratchet, which is kind of handy because then you can get it in there twice as fast. There we go. Okay, so there's one wing, and then same thing for the next wing. We're going to just drop the servo plug in there. Oh, whoops. First we're going to put the wing onto the hole. And then we'll drop the servo plug in there so we can see it. And then we'll reach in with needle nose pliers. Get a little further in there so I can get a grip on it. Put it right up on that platform. And then just feed it in the rest of the way. All the way in so it seats on the little beveled out area. Okay, and again, we'll drop the screw into the hole. There we go. Okay, and we'll plug in the servo. Having a little bit of a trouble gripping it with my fat fingers. So all right, now I've got the servos on there. I'm going to take a little video of what's inside here. You're going to see a little copper wire, and that's the actual antenna. You can see the copper wire right there off on the right side of the receiver. You're going to want to be very careful with that copper wire. That's the antenna. Don't break it or you're going to be out of luck. Just above that copper wire is the binding area of the receiver. So stay tuned for the next section, which is how to bind this airplane up. I'm not going to, for full assembly, you're going to want to put this door back on. But for all intents and purposes, this ends the assembly portion of the video. The next section is binding the aircraft, and you're going to want to pay attention to that because it's a little bit different and a little bit difficult. This is Ty Adronis for TestPilotRC.com.